वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Matre Namaha. Namaste everyone. In today's session we are going to review the nama Kuruvinda Sreni Kanath Koteera Mandita. This is in Sloka 4. Let's recite Sloka 4 first. चंपकाशोक पुन्नाक शौकंति कलसत्कचा कुरुविंद मणिश्रेणी कणत्कोटीर मंडिता. As we can see, the entire second line of this shloka is one nama. Even though it is long, it is one nama. It must be pronounced correctly and recited in full as one full nama. It must also be recited without any pause. It is because of the number of aksharams as well as the sound of the bijas hidden inside. So we recite it as Kuruvinda Manishreni Kanath Koteera Mandita. In the last session, we reviewed that Ambal's Mukham, the face, the divine face of Ambal, is Vagbhava Kutam of the Panchadashi mantra. This Kutam describes the parts that are in and around the Mukham. For example, the head, the eyes, the forehead, the ears, the nose, the mouth, the chin, etc. In the last nama, we started with the head and we reviewed the divine hair adorned with the four special flowers: Champaka flower, Ashoka flower, Punnaga flower, and Saugandhika flower. Very nicely adorned with four special flowers and the significance of it. In this session, we will worship the divine crown adorned in the head of Sri Lalitambika, the speciality of the divine crown. The nama is Kuruvinda Manishreni Kanath Koteera Mandita. Let's first look at the components in this nama. Kuruvinda. Kuruvinda, Mani, Sreni, Kanath, Koteera, Mandita. Kuruvinda. Kuruvinda means it's a gemstone, Padmaraga gemstone. It is red in color. It is like this. A gemstone that is red in color is Kuruvinda Mani. Mani is generally a gemstone. So Kuruvinda Mani is actually considered to be one component. If we say as one component, Kuruvinda Mani is a gemstone that is red in color, the red color of a lotus flower. Sreni. Sreni means a row of gemstone. If you see, if you darshan Kanchi Kamakshi Ambal, she has a divine crown. In that you can see red color gemstones, very special gemstones. They are called as Kuruvinda Mani. They are Sreni. They are seated in row. You can see there is a row of gemstones this side. There's a row of gemstones that side. So Sreni means row. Kanath means they are greatly shining. Koteera. Koteera is a very special crown. We are going to review Koteera. And then Mandita. Mandita, one who is adorned with, one who has. So, Kuruvinda Manishreni Kanath Koteera Mandita means she who is adorned with a very special crown that is shining brightly and studded with a row of Padmaraga gemstones, shining with a row of Kuruvinda Mani. Ambal is herself Arunavarnam. The gemstones adorned here is also red, perfectly matching her complexion. So when a form comes out of Chidagni Kundam, we first see the head. In the head, Devi adorns a divine crown. We can see when the form comes out, we can first see the head and there is a crown here. If the crown is adorned, how did the previous Nama say that the Devas first saw Devi's hair with flowers? If you keep a crown on somebody's head, what will happen? It will kind of mask and it will hide the hair and the flowers in it, isn't it? So why did Vagdevatas say that there was first divine hair and all the devas, they first darshaned the hair with the flowers? Did not the crown hide the flowers? So the reason why is because Vasanyadi Vagdevatas carefully chose the term Kotiram instead of Kireetam or Makutam. The crown that is adorned here is called Kotiram. See, if you see the Nama, it says Kuruvinda Sreni Kanath Koteera Mandita. It's not Kanath Makuta Mandita. It's not. It is Kanath Koteera Mandita. The Makutam is the one that completely covers, whereas Vasanyadi Vagdevata specially use the term Koteera Mandita. So, what is this Koteeram? Let's review the specialities of this type of a crown called Koteeram. There are very many different types of crown that kings wear. They are usually called Makutam, something like this, Mukutam, or Kireetam. For example, if we see Sri Rama Pattabhishekam, Sri Rama is adorned with a crown. It's called Kireetam. We can see it is completely covering the head. It's called Kireetam. That is a type of a crown. Whereas Vasanyadi Vagdevata specially use the term Koteeram. Kuruvinda Sreni Kanath Koteera Mandita. Koteera Mandita, Koteeram is a type of a crown that is kind of a open faced. See, the Kireetam or Makutam completely covers what is in the head because it is in this shape, whereas a Koteeram is kind of like this is an example to visualize. It's a open faced crown that can still show the flowers. The speciality of Koteera is that even while wearing the crown, it will beautifully display the thick, shining, beautiful divine hair and the sacred flowers, the Pushpa Alankara adorned by Ambal. That is why in the previous Nama, Champaka Ashoka Punnaka Saukantika Lasatkacha, Vasinyadi Vagdevatas described that the Devas were able to first see Ambal being adorned with the four divine flowers. The crown is open and is especially made by jewelers for the women empresses. That is why the Koteeram is like this. So that when we place it on the head, the hair is on top, even above the crown, and on the hair is adorned four special flowers. Right? So when the Devas first did a darshan of Ambal from Chitagni Kundam, they could first see the flowers and then the crown. And that's why Vasanyadivag Devatas first place the namas related to the hair and the crown. Now, the Phalan of meditating on this gemstone, Kuruvindam, let's look at that. Sri Bhaskararaya gives us the importance of this very special red colored gemstone. It's called Kuruvindam. Sri Bhaskararaya uses a very special pramanam for this. He uses Garuda Puranam as a pramanam for telling us the Phalan of the Kuruvindamani. In Garuda Purana, there is a specific chapter on Ratna. Ratna means gemstone that describes the Ratna Shastram, the gemstone Shastram. See, there are different types of gemstones. There is Kuruvindamani here. There is a green color stones here. There are so many other Vairam, diamonds studded here. Throughout, there are various types of gemstones that we ourselves are aware of, right? The chapter on Ratna in Garuda Purana has very detailed Ratna Shastram. It tells us where we can find certain gems, where can we find Kuruvindamani, what river contains Kuruvindamani, what is the color of this Kuruvindamani? Is it hibiscus kind of red, or is it pomegranate kind of red, or is it the red color that we can see in the early morning sun? Within red, there are so many different types of red, isn't it? So the Shastram tells if I want to identify Kuruvindamani, what color I should look for within that stone, gemstone, what size it should be, what shape it should be, what is the significance of each of these gemstone, how can I identify if it is a good Ratnam, who can wear this Ratnam? All these types of details are covered in the Ratna Shastra in Garuda Purana. So Sri Bhaskararaya uses that specific chapter as the Pramanam to tell us the speciality of this Kuruvindamani. What does Ratna Shastram say about the gemstone Kuruvindamani used in this Nama? Kuruvindamani Sreni Kanath Koteera Mandita. So, Kuruvindamani. What are the specialities of it? Bhaskararaya says, Kuruvindamanayaha Padmaragakyaha Shonaha. That's the first terms that he says. First, it tells the color of this gemstone as Shona. Shona means red color. That which is red color is the Kuruvinda mani. That it must be brightly shining red color. That's the first explanation that he gives. Next, he says Padmaraga kyaha. It says that Kuruvinda mani means Padmaraga gemstone. Then he says the Phalan Kama Anuraganu Bahugunashilaha Ratna Viseshaha. Kama means good icha. The guna of this red Padmaraga gemstone that is studded on Ambal's crown has the property of sprouting good desires on the person who meditates on us, who wears us, who has it. So that's the first palan. It sprouts good desires. That's the palan of this gemstone. And then Acharya says anuragam. Anuragam means the mind will not race all the time in all the directions. Mind will be calm, nidhanam. Hence, the activity that we do will also be done in a very calm manner, no rush. So that is the next guna of this Kuruvinda Mani. Then Acharya says, Bahuguna Shilaha. Bahuguna Shilaha. This gemstone has Mahagunam of the Spatikam. Within the Spatikam is where this Kuruvinda Mani comes, Acharya says. So, this has the Mahagunam of the Spatikam from which it came from. And the nature of the Spatika is that whoever wears it will get more bhakti towards Hari, Sri Mahavishnu. We know that Ambal and Sri Mahavishnu are one and the same. They are two different forms, but Tattvam, in Advaitam, they both are the same. So the intended message here is that the guna of Kurvindamani is that it increases Ishvara Bhakti. Abhyadi Abhivrit Bhakti. Bhashyam says, Bhakti will come flowing to us. That's the guna of this Kurvindamani. So, the palan of this gemstone, Kuruvindamani, is that it sprouts good desires, it makes the mind calm, and it increases Ishvara Bhakti. In addition, it gives Parama Mangalam. Now that we know the speciality, where can we go and buy this gemstone? It seems to be very, very special. Fortunately, Bhashyam gives an easy solution. Just thinking about this gemstone and chanting this nama itself, Kuruvinda Sreni Kanath Koteera Mandita. Just chanting this nama itself will give us the palan of all that is described in the Ratna Shastram. Mere recitation of this nama and visualizing Ambal wearing this divine kotiram adorned with Kuruvinda Mani. There is a upasana, a meditation like this. Just looking at the crown, visualizing the crown in Ambal's divine Vagbhava Kutam, the divine hair, and she has a crown. The crown is studded with very special red Padmaraga stone called Kurvindamani. And just visualizing Ambal wearing the crown with Kurvindamani itself will give us the blessings of wearing it or finding it. We don't have to go to any jewelry store. That's what the Bhashyam conveys. So we always have to meditate on Sri Kanchi Kamakshi with a divine crown studded with red gemstones of Kurvindamani. That's the Palan. Now let's go to the next component. Now that we have reviewed Kurvindamani, the red gemstone, and Kotiram, which is the open-faced crown, then let's look at the next component, which is Sreni. Sreni means closely studded. If you see Ambal's crown, there is no gap between one gemstone and the other. It is closely studded, closely placed. The gemstones are sitting next to each other very closely. That's what Shreni means, lined up without any gap. So we can see there are so many different types of Ratnas in Ambal's crown. Of these, there is a row of Kuruvindamani closely studded, sitting next to each other. That's what is called as Shreni. Now let's look at the next component, Kanath. Kanath means shining bright, that which shines with great prakasham. The gemstones, Kuruvindamani, is shining with great prakasham. Why is this row of closely studded Kuruvindamani shining so bright? For that, Acharya helps us to understand um, the details of why these Kuruvindamani are shining so bright. Kanath. In Soundarya Lahari, Acharya says, गतैर्माणिक्यत्वं गगनमणिभिः सान्द्रघटितं किरीटं ते हैमं हिमगिरिसुते कीर्तयति यः स नीडेयः चाय चूरणसबलं चन्द्रसकलं धनुषौणासीरं किमिति न निबध्नाति दिशनाम्. Acharya says, Himagiri Sute, O Himagiri Sute, hey Amba, who is the daughter of Himavan, Manikyatvam. Manikyatvam means the capability to become as various Ratnas. Gater has been attained. Somebody has become Ratnas. Somebody has attained the capability of becoming Ratnas. Who are those? They are Gagana Mani Bihi. Gagana means Akasham. Akasha Mani. The suns. Who is shining bright in the Akasham as a mani in the sky? It is the sun. So Gagana Mani Bihi. The term mani, it's not one mani, it says Mani Bihi in plural. Not just one mani, but many mani, meaning many suns. There are many manis, many suns who are Gagana. Gagana means Akasham. There are many suns in the Akasham who has attained the state of becoming Manikyam. Gater Manikyatvam Gagana Manibihi. So, how many manis? Dwa dasa. Dwa means 2, dasa means 10. So, 2 plus 10, 12. 12 sons, the dwadasa adityas. The 12 sons have attained the status of becoming Ratnas. Mani Bihi means the gemstones. Gagana Manibihi means one who is in the Akasham has become gemstones. How many of them? 12 of them. The 12 adityas, the 12 dwadasa adityas. Gater means attained. 12 adityas have attained Manikyatvam. They've become this red Kuruvinda Mani. Sandra Gatitam. They are closely studded. Not only they've become the 12 Manikyatvam, but they're closely studded. Kireetam te haimam. The crown that you're wearing is made of gold. Ambal herself is Swarna Varnam, gold color. On top of that, she is adorned with the Swarna Kireetam, golden crown. So, in this golden crown that you are adorned with, there is closely studded Gagana Mani Bihi, 12 Dwadasa Adityas who have become gemstones themselves. The Adityas have become Manikyatvam, they have become gemstones. Kirtayatyah, he who does the Kirtanam on this crown, the sadhaka who does Japam, meditation on this crown, and he describes the next two lines and what those details means and how to do what it means, and he goes in detail about that. We will review this part of the shloka when we review the nama related to that. For now, we will review the scope of the first two lines in this shloka in Soundarya Lahari, because that way we can focus on the nama Kuruvindam Sreni Kanath Koteera Mandita, right? So we will look at this. So far he has said that there are 12 Adityas who are the Dwadasa Adityas who have attained Manikyatvam, who have become Ratnas, who have become gemstones. So the first concept conveyed here is that the 12 sons, the Dwadasa Adityas, are the ones that are seated as Kuruvindamani in Ambal's crown. The crown is not made up of just gemstones. When we visualize, we just think, oh, these are various Ratnas that are in Ambal's crown, right? Acharya says they are not just made of gemstones, the entire Surya Mandalam. Dwadasa Aditya. Aditya means sun. The entire Surya Mandalam has come and sat on her crown. Can we even imagine such a sight? When we step out for 5 minutes in the afternoon sun, it is so hot that we are unable to bear the heat. But the entire Surya Mandalam is coming and sitting on top of Ambal's crown as the Kuruvinda Sreni Kanath Koteera Mandita on her very beautiful Koteera crown. 12 Adityas themselves are coming and sitting here. Imagine that Vishwarupam, Lalita Vishwavigraha, the 12 Adityas, the powerful Adityas. One Aditya itself is so powerful. The 12 Adityas, Gagana Mani, the gems in the sky, they themselves are seated as Kuruvinda Manisheni Kanath Koteera Mandita. So Bhashyam explains that in the Soundarya Lahari Sloka as well as in this Nama, the entire Kireeta mantram is hidden in this divine crown. That's the reason for doing the upasana as the dwadasa aditya seated in her crown. The concept that is conveyed with this nama is that there is Kireeta mantram, while the actual mantrobadesam needs to be only received from a guru muhaischa vedyam, the recitation of the Kireeta mantra is given in the Bhashyam. The Kireeta mantram is stated as follows. Hiranya Kireetaya Sahasraditya Tejase Namaha. Salutations to the golden crown dazzling with the tejas of thousands of suns. Sahasra Aditya Tejasaha. When we see the entire Dwadasa Adityas coming and being, this entire Surya Mandalam being seated on her crown, how will it be? Hiranya Kireetaya. Hiranya Varnam. That's why we say Ambal as Hiranya Varnam. That Hiranya Varnam comes from this Hiranya Kireetam. Imagine the power of this Kireetam on Ambal's crown. It shines with the tejas of Sahasra Aditya. Sahasra Aditya Tejase Namaha. That is the Kireeta mantram. Here we can see the mantra mentioning that the tejas of these 12 suns is like thousands of suns. That's why we say Kanath. Kanath means it's shining bright. Shining bright as what? Shining bright with the tejas of thousands of suns. The Divine Mother is very close to us. We say Shrimata, you are my mother, you are the Divine Mother. In addition to that, the grandeur of this Nama in describing the Virat Swarupam of Sri Lalitambika, in having the entire Surya Mandala studded in her divine crown, only reminds us that our Divine Mother is also Sri Maharagni, the Supreme Empress of the Divine Universe. Hence, the Supreme Empress has to wear a very, very special crown, isn't it? That is the crown that she's wearing, where the entire Surya Mandala itself is seated on her divine crown. Ambal is Sri Maharagni. Now, we said that we have to do meditation and upasana on this divine crown with the Kireeta mantram. In addition to that, for a visual, Acharya uses the very special padam in Soundarya Lahari, where he uses the padam nide, nida, nida. So where he says, Sanideya chaya. So he uses the padam nide, sanide, nide, nida means a pakshi kutam, a bird's nest. So why does Acharya uses the bird's nest? That is to visualize the divine crown. How can we visualize a bird's nest with Ampal's crown? Say for example, think of a tree. The tree, this branch, which is like a V-shaped, and there is a nest on top of this V-shaped structure. Now reverse that and imagine how that looks. This V shaped is reversed. When we reverse it, you can visualize that it looks like the crown of Ambal. That the bird's nest, Pakshi Kutam, if we reverse it, it looks like the V shape looks like the crown, and the nest is the top of Ambal's hair. That is how Acharya's poetic finesse is very beautifully exhibited in this. Visually, if we have to meditate on this crown, think of a inverted V shape here. It is open faced because it is Kotiram. It has the dwadasa adityas closely studded and is shining with the tejas of thousands of suns. That is how we have to have the bhavana of this Kireetam on this Ambal's head, and that's the Varnana implied in visualizing the divine crown. While reading itself, our mind comes and sets on thinking about this crown. That's the purpose of these shlokas and these varnanas. It makes us forget everything else for some time and just to think about how the crown is adorned in Ambal's divine hair in the Vagbhava Kutam. That's one of the ways to do Kireeta Dhyana visually on this Nama. Now, there is a very special story behind these Dwadasa Adityas coming and getting themselves adorned in Ambal's crown. So let's let's review that story that is conveyed by Acharya here. The 12 Dwadasa Adityas, they are Mahapurushas. They are great devatas themselves. They really, really wanted to be very, very close to Sri Lalitambika. Ambal is Mahapativrata. So no Purushas could come anywhere close in the vicinity of Ambal's Antapuram. But the Dwadasa Adityas are Mahapurushas and they were very sincere Upasakas. So they were very disappointed that they could not be very close to Sri Lalitambika because they were Purushas. They were not satisfied by just standing at a distance and worshipping Ambal. They wanted to go very close to Sri Lalitambika because Lalitambika is Sri Vishwavigraha. The 12 Adityas decided to do severe tapas on Sri Lalitambika. As the Phalan of their Mahatapas, they got the boon of becoming into whatever object they wanted to be. So we have the 12 Dwadasa Adityas. They now have received a very special boon because of their Mahatapas to become whatever they want to be. So each of the Adityas wished that they become a gemstone. One became Vairam, which is diamond. Another said, I want to become Vaidurium. Another said, I want to become another gemstone. Like that, each one wished to become gemstone of the kind of Kuruvinda Mani. That is what Acharya describes as getting Manikyatvam. Gata means attaining the state of Manikyatvam, the state of gemstone. The 12 Adityas now, because of their Mahatapas, attained the state of becoming Manikya. Gathair Manikyatvam. Who got the state of Manikyatvam? Gagana Manibihi. One who is in the sky. The Mani is in the sky. The 12 Adityas in the sky have now attained the state of being Manikyatvam. They attained the state of Rupam, of transforming themselves into Manikyas. Oh Adityas, you yourself have become Manikyas. Kuruvinda Mani, seated one after another in Ambal's crown. Now the 12 Adityas, they bowed to the Divine Mother and they prayed to be the gemstones in her divine crown. That's the background. Immediately, Ambal granted their wish. The 12 Adityas are hence seated in a row. Sreni, Kuruvindamani Sreni, they are seated very closely on Ambal's divine crown. They received the blessings of being in the Adyanta Samibhyam. That means always being very close to Amba for doing Upasana of Sri Lalitambika. That is the Nama here, Kuruvinda Sreni Kanath Koteera Mandita. What is the intended message of the 12 Adityas doing this Maha Tapas and wanting to be very close to Ambika? Even the intended message is that even the greatest of the Maha Purushas, the greatest of the Devas, the 12 adityas themselves, they did severe tapas to get the samibhyam of Sri Lalitambika. They wanted to be very, very close to Lalitambika. It is not just a story that happened in the past. Even today, every day, they do upasana on the Divine Mother being seated in her crown. Now they are very happy. They are extremely contented with being with her, being in the samibhyam of her, very close to her. Now they can always be very close to Amba. They are very contented with that upasana phalan. They have even given up their Deva Bhavam. They are Mahapurushas, great Devas. They have given up their Deva Bhavam to be to become a mere Jata gemstone. See, they've transformed themselves from being a Mahapurusha to becoming a gemstone, a mere gemstone. Like that, a sadhaka of Devi must also long for such samibhyam, the nearness, the closeness to Sri Lalitambika, and attain Janma Sabalyam. That to be the desire, the greatest desire of being very close to Lalitambika is the purpose of our life on earth. That is the intended message from this story. Now, the deities to recollect for this nama are Sri Jata Makuta Nayaki. As the term goes, Jata means the Jata hair, right? Her divine hair. On the divine hair, she has this Makutam, implying the crown. The Visa, the very special Koti Ramakutam. So the goddess to recollect here is Sri Jata Makuta Nayaki. And who is seated on this Kotiram, the 12 Adityas, the dwadasa Adityas. And Varanasi is the Kshetram where we have the temples for each one of these 12 dwadasa Adityas. That is the deity to be recollected. 12 dwadasa Adityas themselves are seated as 12 Kuruvinda Mani in Ambal's Kireetam, Kotiram. Kuruvinda Sreni Kanath Koteera Mandita. That is this Nama. As next steps with Acharya's blessings, let's review the next Nama in Sri Lalita Sahasranama. Loka samasta shukino bhavantu. May everyone in the whole world be happy. Shri Matre Namaha. Thank you so much, everyone.